You know, jealousy is such a tricky emotion. It almost never comes right out and says, "Hey, I'm here." Most people would never, ever admit they're jealous of you. Instead, it just kind of seeps out in their behavior. And the crazy part is, it often comes from the people you'd least expect, the ones closest to you.
So that makes you wonder, right? Could someone in your life be secretly jealous of you? I mean, how would you even begin to know?
Because it's not like they're walking around with a giant flashing neon sign. Nope. It's way more subtle. It's hidden in these little offhand comments, or weird advice, or even just in their quiet reactions. To actually see it, you've got to know exactly what you're looking for.
And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to break down 7 of these super subtle signs that can totally reveal when someone is secretly dealing with some jealousy.
All right, let's jump into our first group of signs. I like to call these the underminers. And this is all about how jealousy uses words to subtly, well, sabotage you.
So, first up is one that feels a little backwards. They suddenly get distant right when you succeed. Think about it. When you're struggling, this person is your #1 cheerleader. They're right there with you. But the second you get that promotion or you finally hit that big goal, they go quiet. They just disappear. And that sudden absence, it speaks volumes.
So we go from them being absent to being all too present. The second sign is a total classic, and man can it sting. You share some great news, you're feeling on top of the world, and almost immediately they find a way to bring up a time you failed.
It's a comment just like this. It's this perfectly timed remark that's designed to just pop your bubble of excitement and pull you right back down to earth.
So why would anybody do this? Well, there's a term for it in psychology. It's called ego protection. And it's a huge aha moment when you realize that their comment isn't really about you at all. By reminding you of your failures, they are desperately trying to protect their own fragile ego from feeling threatened by your success. It's not about your past. It's all about their insecurity in the present moment. Now, sign number 3 is a tricky one because it's disguised as being helpful. A jealous person will often give you advice that on the surface sounds really caring, really protective, but it's actually designed to hold you back.
You'll hear things just like this, and what they do is plant these little seeds of doubt. Instead of fueling your ambition, their words are subtly telling you to just play it safe, to stay right where you are, because honestly, your growth is making them uncomfortable.
And that brings us right to the next tactic, the constant comparison game. It seems like no matter what you accomplish, they always know someone who did it better, or faster, or bigger. It's a really subtle way to shrink your win and make sure it never feels quite good enough.
And there's a fascinating psychological reason for this. It's a concept called social comparison, which was identified by psychologist Leon Festinger. By constantly measuring you against other people, they're trying to mentally level the playing field for themselves. It helps get rid of that awful sinking feeling they get when they think you might be getting ahead of them.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about words. Let's shift gears and talk about actions. Our next group of signs are what I call the observers, and it's all about how jealousy actually changes a person's behavior and their reactions.
This next one can be incredibly subtle, so you have to watch closely. When something goes wrong for you, you have a setback, a failure, they seem almost relieved. They might get really quiet and calm, or say something like, "Well, that's just life." It's this quiet, kind of unsettling satisfaction they seem to get from your misfortune.
There's a perfect German word for this, of course, Schadenfreude. It's that strange little bit of pleasure a person gets from watching someone else's troubles. And for someone who's really struggling with jealousy, your setback feels like a personal win for them.
Following that, we have a sign that can be really confusing. All of a sudden, they start picking up your hobbies, your sense of style, your interests, the very things that make you, well, you. And here's the absolute key difference. This isn't admiration. It's not flattery. It feels like a competition. They're not just trying to be like you. It feels like they're trying to prove they can be a better version of you, to one-up you at your own game.
We've covered a lot of these little subtle cues, but our 7th and final sign is often the clearest one of them all. This is that moment when their true feelings just break right through to the surface.
And here it is. The shift in their energy is just undeniable. When you're down, they are warm, they're supportive, they're so engaged. But when you're winning, they become cold, distant, maybe even a little dismissive. Their comfort level is directly tied to your level of struggle, because deep down, jealousy just wants everyone to stay on the same level.
So, after we've identified all these signs, what do we actually do with this information? Well, that brings us to the most important part, protecting your own peace.
Ultimately, the single most important thing you can remember is this. When someone is acting this way toward you, it's almost never actually about you. It's a reflection of their own internal struggles, their own insecurities, and their own unmet needs. Recognizing these patterns isn't about confronting someone or starting a fight. It's about giving yourself the clarity to protect your energy and to thoughtfully choose who you allow to have a front row seat in your life. It's all about surrounding yourself with people who will celebrate your wins, not just tolerate them.
If you found this helpful, subscribe for more videos about psychology and human behavior.
And I'm curious, have you ever noticed someone acting jealous towards you? Let me know in the comments.